Good morning, children. We begin with the explanation of Act 1, Scene 3. In this scene, we are introduced to Shylock, who is the Jewish moneylender. Shylock hates Antonio, and this hatred intensifies the drama. Here, Shylock is waiting for an opportunity to take revenge on Antonio. And in this scene, we will see that he will agree to give the loan to Antonio, but he will make him sign a bond. And the bond will be that if Antonio fails to repay the loan in time, Shylock will cut off 1 pound of Antonio's flesh. So this is the bond story, which takes shape in Act 1, Scene 3. The scene takes place in a public place of Venice. Bassanio and Shylock enter the scene. Shylock asks, "Oh, 3,000 ducats." Ducats are gold coins, children. The Venetian gold coins. So he says, "You want 3,000 ducats?" Then Bassanio says, "Aye, sir." Aye means yes, sir. "And I want it for 3 months." Shylock says, "Oh, for 3 months? All right." Then Bassanio says, "For the which?" For the which means for this amount. As I told you. After as I told you, remember a word earlier. So for this amount, as I told you earlier, Antonio shall be bound. Antonio shall be bound means Antonio shall be my guarantor, surety. Shylock says, "Oh, Antonio will be bound." Okay. Then Bassanio says, "May you" means will you. "Steed me" means help me. "Will you pleasure me?" Will you oblige me by paying the money? Shall I know your answer? May I know your answer? So 3 points he is telling children. That will you help me, Shylock? Will you oblige me by paying the money? And may I know your answer? When Bassanio tells or rather asks Shylock about the answer, Shylock says, 3,000 ducats and for 3 months. And Antonio will be bound means he will be the guarantor. Then Bassanio says, "Yes, your answer to that." Means what is your answer? Shylock says, "Antonio is a good man." Children, good here does not refer to his character. Good here means wealthy man. Then Bassanio asks him, "Have you heard any imputation?" Imputation means allegation, accusation. To the contrary. To the contrary means regarding opposite, that Antonio is a poor man. Shylock says, "Oh, no, 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 no. I am not saying that. My meaning in saying he is a good man is to have you, is to make you understand me that he means Antonio is sufficient." Sufficient means financially capable. Financially capable of what? Financially capable to repay the money. Yet. Yet means but. His means, his resources are in supposition. Supposition means doubtful condition. Why? Because all his ships are at sea and he hath an argosy. He hath means he has. And argosy means ship, which is bound, which has gone to Tripolis. Tripolis is on the Mediterranean coast of Africa. Okay. With this, we are getting an indication that Venice is having worldwide trade. Venice is having worldwide trade with many different countries. So one ship has gone to Tripolis, another has gone to the Indies, and I understand. Shylock says, I understand means I feel. Moreover, yes, upon the Rialto. Now, what is this Rialto, children? Rialto is the stock exchange market. Means this is the place where the merchants meet together for the transaction of the business. So, Shylock has got all this news about Antonio's ship from the Rialto only. So, he is saying that his third ship has gone to Mexico and the fourth one has gone to England. Yes, and other ventures. He doesn't only invest in ship. Antonio doesn't only invest in ship. He has other ventures means other business investments also. Squandered abroad. Squandered means scattered all over. Indirectly, Shylock wants to say that perhaps Antonio is not wise enough to risk so much of his money together. Then Shylock says, ships are but boats, means ships are made of wood. Sailors are but men. Sailors are human beings. They are not immortal. They can die. There be land rats and water rats. Means just as there are thieves on land, there are thieves in the water. That is pirates. Water thieves and land thieves. I mean pirates. And then there is also the peril, the danger of waters. Waters means high tides in the ocean. Winds. Winds refers to the storms. And rocks are those dangerous rocks which might hit the ship. The man refers to Antonio. So, in context to all these things, Antonio is not withstanding. Antonio is not sufficient. Withstanding, sufficient. For what? To become a guarantor for your money. He is not acceptable as a security. 3,000 ducats I have to give you. So Shylock says, I think I may take his bond. Important children, underline that part. I think I will take a bond means I need to sign a legal document. Pessanio says, be assured you may. Be assured you may means I think you should be satisfied by accepting Antonio as a guarantor. Shylock says, I have to be satisfied. I will be assured, but by making myself comfortable. I will definitely be satisfied and then only I will accept him as a guarantor. I may and that I might be assured. And in order to satisfy myself, I will bethink me. I will think over the matter again. Because unless I am satisfied, I will not accept Antonio as my guarantor. Regarding what? Regarding the loan which he is ready to give to Bassanio. Then Shylock says, may I speak with Antonio? may I talk to Antonio? So children, we had seen that Shylock had wanted to talk to Antonio. Then Bassanio says, if it please you to dine with us, means if it pleases you, you can come and have dinner with us. Now children, this next paragraph shows racial discrimination. Racial discrimination of Shylock with Antonio, that is Jews and Christians. Shylock says, yes, yes here is ironical, which means what? Why should I come to dine with you? To smell pig, the meat of pig. Pork is the pig's meat. So he says, what? Do you want me to smell pig's meat? And to eat of the habitation. Habitation here refers to the pig's body. I will explain. In which your prophet is God. The Nazarite refers to Jesus Christ. Why he said Nazarite? Because he lived in Nazareth. Conjured means put the devil into. Now let me explain this part. Jesus Christ once had cured a mad person. He was supposed to be affected by the devils, and Lord Jesus had taken out the devils and put them inside the pig's body. A herd, a group of pigs were going, so Jesus had taken out the devils and put the devils in the pig's body, and that is why Christians eat pig's meat, pork, thinking that the devil is being killed, and the Jews don't eat pig. So Shylock is telling, you are inviting me for dinner to eat the pig's meat, into which resides the devil. I will buy with you. Point number 1, very important. I here refers to the Jews. I will buy with you means trade with you, sell with you, do business with you, talk with you, walk with you, and so following, means all these things I will do with you. But what I will not do, important, I will not eat with you, you refers to Christians, drink with you, nor pray with you. You have to remember these points. What does Shylock agree to do with the Christians and what he will not do with the Christians? Then he asks, what is the news on the Rialto stock exchange market? Who is he comes here? Somebody has entered the scene. So Shylock is asking, who is coming here? Enter Antonio. Antonio enters the scene and Bassanio says, sir, this is Signor Antonio. This is Sir Antonio. Now children, you will see in your book that after Shylock, there is a word written in bracket aside. Aside means when a character talks to oneself. He talks to oneself, and this in literary language is called soliloquy. 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 When a person is speaking to himself and the public gets to know what is in his mind. So Shylock, when he sees Antonio, he says, oh, how like a fawning publican he looks. Publican is a Roman tax collector. And fawning here means one who tries to please others. So he is referring Antonio to a tax collector who likes to please others. And this he uses, this word publican, he uses as a sign of hatred for Antonio. Now, very important children, right at the side of the book, reasons why Shylock hates Antonio. The first reason, I hate him for he is a Christian. Point number one, I hate him for he is a Christian. But more for that in low simplicity. Second point, because Antonio is simple by nature. Low simplicity means simple by nature. He lends out money gratis. Gratis means without interest. He gives money to the people who need without interest and reduces the rate of usance, the rate of interest. Because if anyone is getting money without interest, naturally people will go to that person only, and Shylock lends money at a high rate, so nobody comes to him. Here with us in Venice. So in Venice, Shylock is not able to carry out his business of lending money on interest. If I catch him once upon the hip, once upon the hip refers to if I catch him in a position where I can take my revenge. But children, this expression has come from the game of wrestling. Hip is a position where if the opponent is able to catch, then he can simply overturn the person. So here Shylock says that if I am able to catch hold of Antonio when he is in a disadvantageous position, I will feed fat. Feed fat means satisfy. The ancient, the long standing what? Grudge, hatred that I bear him, that I have towards him. He refers to Antonio. Why? Because Antonio hates our sacred nation. The sacred nation of Jews is hated by Antonio. Here nation refers to their community. The sacred Jewish community is hated by Antonio, and he rails and Antonio abuses. Even there means even at places where merchants most do congregate. Congregate means gather. What does Shylock want to say? That Antonio abuses him in common places where many merchants meet together. And what does he abuse upon? On me. He abuses me. My bargains. My bargains means my business transactions, my business deals, and my well-won thrift, and my hard-earned profit. Why? Why does he abuse my hard-earned profit? Because he says that is interest. Because he calls it as interest. Cursed be my tribe. Let my tribe be cursed. Why? If I forgive Antonio. We had seen that Shylock is talking to himself. So Bassanio asks him, Shylock, do you hear me? Shylock says, yes, yes. I am debating, I am calculating of my present store, of the present cash, the ready money which I have with me. And by the near guess of my memory means as much as I can remember clearly, I cannot instantly, immediately raise up the gross. Raise up the gross means give you the full amount of money. Of full 3,000 ducats. I do not have that much money to give you. What of that? What of that means? So what? That does not matter. Tubal. Who is this Tubal? He is a friend of Shylock. So automatically he is also a Jew. So Tubal is a wealthy Hebrew. Hebrew means a Jew who belongs to my tribe. So children, these Jews know they had 12 different tribes. Hebrew is one of them. So Tubal, who is also a Jew, will furnish, will supply, will give me the remaining money. You don't worry. But soft, wait a bit. How many months do you desire? How many months do you want the money for? And then Shylock turns to Antonio and acknowledges his presence by telling, "Rest you fair good sir." Rest you fair means I greet you. My greetings to you, good sir. Your worship. You are an honorable man, respectable man. Your worship was the last man in our mouths. Means before you came, we were just talking about you because you are a respectable and